Okay, once again, we are having another question for those persons that are writing UTME 2026 examination and those people that are having difficulty in chemistry. Now, this is a video for you that can make you easily understand chemistry. That's why I bring out questions and I analyze the questions. So quickly, without wasting much time, like we usually do, there's a question on the board, and if you look at it very well, it's coming from the aspect of what of calculation, talking about the stoichiometry. Now, let's jump into the question quickly. I can't wait to begin to break down the questions for you. So quickly, we could jump into RAM. So, see this question with the first off, merely looking at this question is coming from what? Mass relationship. Now, they gave you the equation. They gave us the equation. They said zinc reacts with H2SO4 to give me zinc sulfate, which is salt, and of course, hydrogen gas is what is liberated. Now, when metals react with acid, of course, hydrogen gas is liberated, except the only acid that cannot do that is HNO3 because it's the strongest one oxidizing acid. Now, I don't drop 1 point for there for you. So that means if metal reacts with HNO3, it ought to liberate hydrogen gas, but because it's a very strong oxidizing acid, in short, it's the strongest oxidizing acid, so hydrogen gas will not be liberated. The hydrogen gas liberated will be oxidized to form what? To form water. Now, quickly, let's look at something there. They said in the reaction above, now you even they lucky see they give you the reaction because most times they don't bring out the reaction. Now they said in the reaction above, how much zinc will be left undissolved? Now, there is this statement here, say how much zinc will be left undissolved. That means not be all the mass of zinc wey react with the H2SO4 that will dissolve. First off, make we dey go. If 2 grams of zinc is treated with what? With 10 cm cube, which is volume, and 1 molar, which is molar concentration, which is also called molarity. Now, we have to be very careful in solving this question. Like from the beginning of the video, I said that this question is coming from mass relationship. But if you look at it very well, you notice that, oh, they gave us the mass of zinc, but still, not all the mass of zinc was able to do what? To dissolve. Now, the question here is that what mass of zinc was able to what? Dissolve? Now, there's a simple way that Mosjaro used to solve this question quickly. We need to find the mass of zinc that was able to react with the H2SO4. After getting that, we'll now remove it from the total mass of zinc. Since you already know, say, okay, not be all of them dissolved. So, what mass dissolved? We'll look for the mass that dissolved, then we'll now remove it from the total mass of the what? Of the zinc. Now, quickly, we'll take a small, step by step. Now, calculation, people they fear calculation way, but calculation is not that difficult. Now, look at it. First thing to do here is that easy way for me to solve this question is I want to get the mass of H2SO4 from this value. I'll get the mass of H2SO4. And how do I do that? Remember that mass is equals to what? Molar mass concentration times what? Times volume. Now, if you are trying to look at some formulas in stoichiometry, there are some videos that are brought out that listed or brought out some formulas that you should be checking out. So you can go to my channel and look at those videos that you have missed. And of course, again, if you know you have not subscribed, do well to subscribe. So anytime I upload video, you come across it, and of course you get to learn 1 or 2 things. Now quickly, see what I do. Mosjaro, why are you using this? I want to get the mass of the H2SO4, then I can do my mass relationship. Now look at it now. Now mass is equals to molar mass of H2SO4. I have to find it out. You know that hydrogen is 1 times 2, that is 2, plus 32, plus oxygen is what? Is 16 times 4. That will give me what? 48. So if I do that very well, 2 plus 32, that will give me 48 plus 48, that will give me what? 90 what? 96. So now be 96 times what? The concentration is what? 1. Because why? They said 1 molar. Now concentration is expressed, molar concentration rather, is expressed in mole per dm cube or in molarity. Now times 1 times this volume that is here. I cannot use that volume. I have to convert it to dm cube or to liters. Now of course 1 dm cube equals to what? 1 liter. So how do I do that? I want to divide this 10 by 1000. So if I say 10 divided by 1000, I will now have what? 0.001, or rather 0.001. So that is what? 10 divided by 1000. So this is the volume that we're going to use. Now if you multiply this very well quickly without wasting much time, mass is now equals to 96 times 0.0001. That should be 1, 2, that will give me 0.96 gram. Of course, you can decide to use your calculator here very quickly to get the accurate value. Now, of course, this is a right value. Now, what have I done? I have succeeded in what? Getting the mass of the what? Of the H2SO4. I will undo mass relationship now to solve the question. Now, look at it. Since I have known the mass, I want to find out what mass of zinc reacted with this mass of H2SO4. Sure, you get them now. So I will come say zinc and H2SO4. Now the molar mass of zinc now 65. You know, be small picking now old age you see. So now this H2SO4 is the molar mass is what? Is 96. You dey get them now. I want to get the mass that reacted. So X is now equals to X will give me what? 0.96. What do I do? Cross multiply. I'll get my answer. Now if you do them, you can say X is equals to quickly. It will now be equals to 65 times 0.96 divided by what? 96, which is now equals to, now you will carry your calculator. I get my calculator on standby here. So 65 times what? 0.96. Now this will give me what? This first of all gave me 62.4 over divided by what? Divided by 96. Now this will now give me divided by 96. This will give me what? 0.65 grams. Now this is the mass of zinc that dissolved. Now, some people might decide to use other method, but this method go where? So this is the mass of zinc that did what now? That dissolved. Remember, not the mass of zinc where it dissolved. Now they find. They say we should look for the what? They said look at more read them again. In the above equation, how much zinc will be left undissolved? If 2 grams. Now this is the 2 grams that reacted with the H2SO4. Now, but from the statement there, not all of them was able to dissolve. Now, what mass was left undissolved? So since we have already gotten the mass of zinc that dissolved, for us to get the mass of zinc that is not dissolved, so look at it now quickly now. Mass of what? Of undissolved, you see, so undissolved zinc will now be equal to 2, which is the 2 gram, minus what? 0.65. Now you see how we take get them now. So we could run a sharp will now be 2 minus 0.65. Now that will give me what? 1.35 what? Grams. Check out. So you have to be very careful in the option from the question. This was in the option, this was in the option. So you have to be very wise. Remember, we are not asking, they didn't ask us to look for the mass of what? Of dissolved zinc. Instead, they look for mass of undissolved zinc. So what we do here quickly, you see I'm now. So go through the video again. What I did here was that I needed to get the mass of the H2SO4 from this value here. They gave us what? Concentration. After getting the mass, of course, I did my mass relationship to find out the mass of zinc that was able to react with this, and of course I got this. Now this is the mass that dissolved. Now to get the mass that is not dissolved, simply put, you have to minus mass of undissolved zinc is equal to 2 minus 0.65. Now our answer be that. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, exam done here. So these are little shortcuts. Of course, if you know this is your first time of coming across my video, do well to subscribe. Or if you know anybody that is writing the 2026 UTME jam examination, do well to, of course, share the video with the person so the person can learn. Of course, I'll be dropping back-to-back videos like this, and of course you can drop a comment, and of course do well to what? To share. Do well to share and subscribe. If you're not subscribed, I'll comment you for us. So I'll see you in my next video. Thank you very, very much.